Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for being here tonight. John, thank you for the raid. It's great to see you. Raiders, welcome in. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kathleen Kuo, and I am a program manager with Nevada Humanities, which is our state's affiliate for the National Endowment for the Humanities. Our mission is to connect and transform communities by sharing and amplifying the stories, ideas, experiences, and traditions of the diverse people of Nevada. So I'm so thrilled that we are streaming today again with Dustin Howard, who is a City of Reno Poet Laureate. With Humanities at Play, part of our goal, of course, is to pair gameplay and popular culture with thoughtful discussions about the humanities. But we also want to include these fun opportunities like poetry workshops, writing workshops, creative crafting spaces, maybe even cooking demonstrations starting next month. So, stay tuned, follow us, and I can't wait to share more information. For those of you who may be new to Twitch, we do have a fun feature called a chat command, which is an exclamation point followed by a keyword. We have some of those listed in the title of our stream today, as well as in the About section of our Twitch page. So feel free to try those out if you'd like to learn more about the work that Nevada Humanities does, as well as our guest, of course, Dustin. You can do exclamation point guest and learn more there. So have fun. I am going to, introduce Dustin here. Dustin, I'm going to bring you on screen while I read your bio. So we first met Dustin last Thursday when we streamed this beautiful Spanish game called Grease with him. Today we are playing Child of Light. We are playing Child of Light because it is a beautiful game that is written mostly in couplets. And as, of course, the current Poet Laureate for the City of Reno, I thought Dustin would be a wonderful person to play this on stream with. So Dustin is originally from the Ozarks, and he moved to Nevada after falling in love with the mountains and the wonderful people of Reno. He is a professional grant writer with a decade of dedication to nonprofit organizations, especially those that serve homeless and at-risk youth. He's the author of Engrams, which is a collection of poetry, and a supernatural thriller novel, Breakvale. When he isn't writing, Dustin likes to fill his time with arts and crafts, amateur carpentry, and watching Star Trek. So again, thank you everyone so much for being here tonight. Tan, thank you for pinning our prompt to get you started today for today's poetry stream with Child of Light and Dustin. Dustin, I am wondering, do you have any additional prompts or things you'd like to share with our audience today before you get started?
Yeah, that's great. Welcome everybody. I'm so thrilled to be joining Kathleen here again for Humanities at Play tonight. Tonight is gonna be super easy. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Child of Light features lots of couplets. We're gonna see lots and lots of couplets in the game. And so we thought it would be super fun to just maybe write couplets as we go. You can write your couplets, send them in chat if you want to. I'll read them out loud as they come. I'll write some occasionally and share them, and we'll read the couplets from Child of Light as well now and again. But a couplet, for those of you that don't know, a couplet is just two lines, usually with the same number of syllables or the same meter, with the ending words that rhyme. So rhyming poetry can be kind of silly, and if you want to do something serious, and that's fine. If you want to do something cute, that's fine. If you want to make it silly, that's also fine. There are no rules. We are at play. We are playing, and so just have fun with it.
I love that. We are absolutely at play. All right, so let's get started. While I get this up, Dustin, let me know if you can see and hear everything.
I can see and hear.
All right, and then for friends in chat, if you have never played Child of Light, or if you have, for those of you who are our gamer friends in chat, are game inclined, let us know if you've played this or seen it before. I have played this a very long time ago, but I have to admit, it's actually been so long that I don't really remember much about the game. So tonight is basically a first playthrough for me, even though I have played this game before. All right, so let's get going. Continue. You know what? It is okay to be a casual player. Fully embrace the storytelling.
Child, tuck yourself in bed and let me tell a story of Lemuria, a long-lost kingdom, and a girl born for glory. In Austria was a crown land ruled by a duke. Aurora was his daughter, child of a duchess mysterious, beloved by her father. He raised the girl alone. They were rarely apart, till the duke felt lonely and misplaced his heart. It was the Great Friday before Easter 1895. Players performed for the duke, his new bride at his side. That night, Aurora went to sleep. The fire burned down low. She caught a chill that spread. Her skin was cold as snow. At dawn they found her, vacant, Aurora's light gone out. Her father wept and pleaded, but there could be no doubt. For all intents and purposes, Aurora was dead. And yet, once upon a time, she awoke in a strange land instead.
What an opening.
What an opening indeed.
Dustin, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it called a near rhyme? I noticed they rhymed, or they tried to rhyme father and daughter.
Yeah, so it's a slant rhyme.
Slant rhyme.
It's a slant rhyme when you have two words that kind of sound similar but don't actually rhyme. You can get away with you can get away with it in a pinch. Sometimes you just have to do it. Yeah, usually it's more forgivable in a longer work like that. The opening, that's sort of it's it's like a ballad is really kind of the format of that opening. I hadn't noticed before, but listening back to it, I just think it's funny because I always try to avoid like colloquialisms in writing and certainly in poetry. And so like the whole line there was like a whole line and the line was just for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
which I can appreciate, but it's like that's so jarring compared to how pretty the rest of the verses are.
all I could think about is all the times when people are like, it's intents and purposes, not intensive purposes.
Intensive purposes, exactly.
Oh, steady. Only little kids lose carol. So Slenderman, welcome in. Thanks for being here with us tonight. Haven't played, but this feels like The Light Won't Fade. Is that a video game? I've never heard of that. The Light Won't Fade. Very cool. If it is, I would love to look it up later.
Slenderman, was that intentionally a couplet?
That's true.
Fade and fade.
I know. I'm also wondering, like, who's gonna get me tonight with all of these, like.
Nah, just a light reference.
Okay, looks like we're gonna go right to the old monastery. Just the light references. Okay. Thank you. This dream is formed of frigid air. You know what? I love Dark Spirits Fly. I know not where. I am a little bit fascinated by her hair physics. I know this is like a very, like, I'm just going to run around for a little bit.
Yeah, very
Just
sort of floats.
I challenge someone in stream to write me a couplet about Aurora's hair. How does her hair inspire a couplet? It's actually, this whole game is beautifully drawn. Wake up, nightmare, let me wake. Papa, where are you? My heart shall break. Will someone please explain how water falls with no rain? Oh, he's referencing her tears. Grand Admiral Thrawn, behold her hair. It flows here and there. I love it. You don't need that question mark. I think that is the perfect emphasis. Thank you.
I also Aurora's hair so light and soft on gentler breeze is kept aloft.
Did you just write that?
I did.
Justin,
yeah.
my goodness. Okay, who spoke? I did. Shake the dew from your eyes. Do you want to switch off? Do you want to be Firefly or Aurora?
That's so funny. I was just about to suggest the same thing. You do Aurora, I'll do Firefly.
All right, sounds good.
Before mold grows, that's common sense.
A firefly that speaks advice? My supper must have been too dense. Love it. Love
dense.
The rhyme.
Yep, dense supper. Food sounds good, but I am lost. Ever heard of an aurora?
Why, sir, she is me.
Both sir and she, a split aura. Perhaps you are some kind of flora?
I'm loving this. Cease your foolishness at once. I am Aurora. I am she.
Oh, why didn't you say so? Follow me.
Silver pelt. This is this is absolutely bordering on puns. And you know what? I'm also interested, Dustin, how sometimes some lines are very short with the rhyme and some are a little bit longer. Is there like a term for that? Like this one just ended on follow she, and then I feel like the previous sort of, I don't know, like stanza or verse, it was like a very long, like split aura, blah blah blah, aurora. The line was longer.
No, I think for I think here it really just has to serve the purpose of the dialogue to move the narrative along.
Mm-hmm.
If it were if they were doing, and there's nothing wrong with it. Even you could literally take all of this out and put it on paper, and those lines could stay the same, and you could still consider it poetry.
Mm-hmm.
The lines don't have to be in the same meter, at all. They're not here, and the lines here aren't in the same meter.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise it's just it's just a
like dialogue
just a
that's
free
rhyming.
verse. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a free verse poem.
I'm gonna add that I love the expression on her face. I feel like that's how I feel inside a lot of the time, and the firefly is so gleeful. So I'm loving this.
The firefly looks like an onion, or maybe like a bao bun or something.
Love it.
Like a dumpling.
I'm gonna let you read this.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
A lady waits. Hair long as a forest stream, with skin like moths and gleaming eyes.
A seer, she'll know the way out of this dream. I'm never gonna unsee the bao bun now, so thank you. This is the bao bun lore of Child of Light.
A skin like moth. That's an interesting. Ooh. I don't know what that big scary thing is in the back.
Yeah. What is tied to these branches? Curious charms, little hands fastened tight. Oh. Wishes of light left in darkest night. Follow the orange one to find more, bright. Grand Admiral front. Wow, look at that big boy. Absolutely.
Wishes taste delicious, have a bite.
Guess I can't eat these.
Okay.
Oh, puzzle. The path's right over this tree, but I cannot fly there with thee.
Trapped, the door is barred.
A scepter round, a translucent sphere. Clear as glass, the answer. Sir Firefly, ignite your rear.
Of course, obviously. Whoa, I barely know you.
Do it, and I'll show you. The 3 scepters, a shadow cast. Oh, we have to match the symbols fast. All right, the game tells us we'll hold left mouse to make Firefly glow. Oh, come on. Sir Firefly.
Nice.
Our path is clear. But who would put a door here? Silverpelt, yes, absolutely the correct response. Who was she? I wonder. Remove the sword. Under. Who spoke? Some sort of ghost? The Lady of the Forest, I'm sure of this. Aurora, take the sword of Matildus. You must rhyme, so light is behind. Yes, Slenderman.
Yeah.
It feels real. Look at it gleam. Run! That thing looks mean. Fortunately, I wield a sword in this dream.
So she's cognizant that she's dreaming?
Yes.
Okay.
Grand Admiral Throne, she's the true king of Britain. Love it. Alright, act. Yes. Okay. Slash. Creeper. Ouch. Okay, we're just gonna keep slashing. Yeah, turn-based combat. I love turn-based combat.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting turn-based combat.
Okay, we found a healing tonic. Great. I love how fearless she's like, I have a sword. I got this. It's fine. Oh, father. How much farther? That is simple. I am his daughter. Right to the old monastery. Oh, go away. Okay, I know this from playing games. When you hit people from behind, it tends to do more. So that's what I was trying to do there.
Sneak attack.
Yeah. Alright, slow foes. I can hold the left mouse with my little friend over a foe. Alright. Slash. Oh, we got him in one hit. Leveled up.
Nice.
Great. I feel like this is a very accessible RPG. I don't know. I feel like I like that how childlike and beautiful it is, and it just sort of slowly introduces you to the game mechanics. It's very nice. Alright, so I always like to sort of see what sort of skill each branch has. So it looks like here we have Starlight, which targets creatures and eventually targets all creatures. Light Ray has a chance of killing all dark creatures instantly.
Silver, I was the same way. Silverpelt says, didn't we all feel invincible when we were kids and found a cool stick? Or was that just me?
Aww.
No, definitely not you. Look, I'm an adult and I still get excited by a really cool stick. So, yeah, no.
Let's do Starlight. Let's do a new skill. Okay, so party. I always like to sort of, now that we have the menu, I'm the kind of gamer I like to kind of see what's available to me.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we are just in a skill tab. What's Oculi? Oh, I guess we'll get here later. For equipment, alright. Have some healing things. Confessions. Guess we'll get to that later. And I love how even in, like the quest, it's a couplet. Reach the seer, waiting with starlit eyes. Away out of the dream, she will surmise. It's so nice.
Oh, yeah.
Grand Admiral Thrawn. Party? You got friends? I love games that have party members. I know. Yeah, I'm wondering who she's going to befriend later on. Yeah, so right now it's just her and obviously the Firefly, but she'll meet people. Finding a big stick on the ground makes one's childhood found. Destroy John, that was a beautiful couplet. Thank you.
I love that. That was fabulous. So true.
You get a gold star. Surprise strike, attack from behind. Okay, we will do that. I'll wait for him to turn around. Turn around. Okay. Okay, run. Get up there. Oh, well, I didn't do it that time, but I'll get him next time. Let's try one of our new abilities. Starlight. That seems fun. Yes.
Got another. I'm gonna hit you with another couplet. Somebody pointed out the big sword. Mighty sword heft from stone. Light's child stands alone.
I love that. Dustin, are you keeping these in a document somewhere? I would love to see that after the game.
I'm writing them down.
Great.
just on scratch paper.
Perfect. I think it'd be fun to collect some of these, and we can maybe someday we could share them again in the future. Oh, come on. Okay. Surprise attack. Oh, there's 2 of them now. All right. Okay, let's just, I think Starlight will kill one of them, so let's do this one. Make you slow. Okay, we're just gonna keep shining. I like, it's really interesting having the dual mechanic of using my mouse to do something while my hands on a keyboard using, WASD to control. I like that.
Yeah, that's...
You're definitely not a poet laureate. That's so nice, Silver.
Yeah.
Okay, we got another skill point. I do like defend eventually. I love permanent things. So let's see. Yeah, let's just keep going. I do want to get to defend at some point. We want to go down this tree. Let's just do it. Okay, No, let's just do more skills. We're gonna do more skills. All right. Exit. Dustin, for those of people who might be new to our chat, could you talk about what it means to be a poet laureate? So we've been telling people that you're the City of Reno poet laureate, but what does that mean exactly? Like, how does one become a poet laureate, and what do you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So the City of Reno Poet Laureate is an honorary designation given by the Reno Arts and Culture Commission, which itself is supported by the City of Reno. The City of Reno is a great friend and patron to the arts. They do a lot of really, really good work for arts in our community. And so my role as Poet Laureate is to be an ambassador for poetry and the arts in our community. And that can mean all kinds of things, but I'm very much of the mindset that anybody can write poetry, and that everybody should write poetry. And so it's very, I think poetry can be very accessible if you know how to talk about it and you know how to get started. And I like to support people on that journey. So especially kids, poetry is really can be very powerful for kids. And so I'm a big advocate for that. I think that hopefully that answers the whole question there. I think I was going to say something else and then I forgot.
It'll come to you. And yes, thank you.
Yeah, it'll come to me.
Thank you, our wonderful mods, for sharing more information about our guest. Surprise strike. Okay. And again, just a note for people watching, we are on casual mode, so I do imagine that if you played this game on your own, it'd be just slightly more difficult. The fights right now we're kind of just destroying everyone, which I don't mind, but I would love to know what this game is like in expert mode. Alright, we're gonna level up. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get to defend eventually. Okay. Oh, scary spider. Oh, how do I get there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't think I can get there. I mean, yeah. Oh. Okay, go all the way back up.
Oh no.
I do love again, this is like I get very like hand-drawn, like painterly vibes from this game. I think it's really beautiful. I love like the falling rain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a really cool sort of watercolor aesthetic, right?
It's very fairy tale-esque. Caw, caw. Don't they know? Rocks planted in the ground will not grow. Thank you, Firefly.
That's really funny. Who's the raven with the top hat? I want to be his friend.
I know, I'm trying. All he says is caw, caw. He's
So
just there.
sad.
He's just there.
I want him to give me words of wisdom.
I know, it's... I wish... I don't know why they put him there. I love that. Oh, a new foe approaches. Surprise strike. Interrupt foes by hitting them while they are casting. Okay, will do. You know what, let's try Light Ray. We have not done that yet. Okay. Love the fountain. Like, I wonder, you know, are we in sort of like a childish, like in her sort of dream world? I feel like it's very childlike, like the aesthetic,
Right.
and it's very like fairy tale-esque.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like she fell ill or something, right? She's I mean, she could be like in a coma.
Yeah, when they said that she was dead. And you know, I also thought it was interesting at the very beginning, during that intro, when they said it was like the year 1895. It's like it's like they're trying to sort of set this in the real world.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like the child's version of... I don't think it's like that in Austria. Well, okay, maybe. Grand Admiral Thrawn, I know you are a historian. What was happening in Austria in 1895 at that time? Why do you think that would be significant? If you're able to enlighten the chat. Aurora. The door is blocked. Oh, you're just Googling it? Oh. How do we get it unlocked? Oh, a puzzle.
I see a switch.
I do. Okay, so this door is...
gargoyle.
This door is locked. I cannot get up here, so I imagine we need to push this to get somewhere. Is it to get back up? Actually, I really hope I'm doing this right. I'd be very sad if I mess this up. I really hope this is right. Is there like a do-over?
Like once you push that... Yeah, it looks like once you push that box, it's stuck on that ledge. Is that a door?
A door. It is a door. All right. Very steampunk-esque. In 1914, the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, Archduke Ferdinand, was assassinated, which kicked off World War I. Yes, that is true. Aurora, illuminate the oculi. Let me try.
Ah.
No, come back. Oh. Okay. Will it go back up? What do you think they roast in these vats? Hopefully not children. Oh no, what if it's cats? Oh no.
Oh no.
We don't want that. Hi, this is Cookie Cat. Open Road. Thank you. Thank you for sharing Cookie Cat with us. I feel like you have discovered the world of emotes. That is fantastic. Oh, a switch. Okay, I wonder if we push this down. Dustin, do you have any cats? I don't remember. Do you have pets?
So, no, where I'm at now, we can't have pets. But I did used to have 4 cats, if you can believe it. Before I moved out here to Reno, I had 4, and then it was 2. I had one named Jinx and one named Gigi.
Oh.
And they were great. I love them. They're with family now that has kids, and where they're at, there was some folks that were neighbors to my parents, and my parents adopted my cats when I moved to Reno. And then the neighbors' kids met them, and the neighbors have this old brick creamery building that they have. There's like a business downstairs, but upstairs is all furnished, is all refinished, as like a living space. And they have like all kinds of like shelves and things designed for cats to like climb and jump along the walls, like all the way around the living room. So, and they've got kids that play with them and stuff like that. So they're living their best. I miss them all the time, but they're living their best cat lives. I'm sure of it.
It sounds lovely. My daughters. Oh, okay. I'm going to catch up on chat. Imagine how different history might have been if he did not randomly encounter the Archduke after failing 6 times. History is crazy. Yes, Open Road, your daughter is fluent in the emoji world. Love that idea of a house built for cats. That is so cool. Yeah. Okay, where are we going now? I would love someone in chat to write me a poem. Write me a couplet about a cat house. Okay, oculi. Mount oculi and equipment to improve character stats. I must say, I think this is a very cat welcome zone in this in our stream. I think everyone here loves cats.
Yes, we stand cats here.
Okay, how crafting works. Oh, okay. I only have 1, so let's remove you. It looks like it's one of those things where we need 3 to make a big one. If you combine with a different color, you get a different color, and then if you combine 3 of different colors, you get a special white one. So we'll keep that in mind.
Ooh, all right.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Grand Admiral Thrawn says, "Would a cat house have many a mouse?" I like that. That's fun.
Okay, so emeralds, you add lightning damage to melee attacks. Lightning is strong on water. Interesting. Okay, if you add it to your shield, emeralds will increase your earth damage resistance by 8%. And what's this? Oh, it's just in general, +2 max MP. Oh, and gift. What's gift? Oh, I have no friends. Sad. You know what? We are...
We've got some good couplets coming.
Okay,
in the
why
chat
don't you
here.
read them to me while I do this?
The cat's house was majestic and large, just to fit the perfect cat, the one that is in charge. A mouse would need to leave the space, for the cats would give a great chase.
I think we're writing a story here. Oh, we made it to the gargoyle.
I was gonna say this is dangerously close to an exquisite corpse poem.
What is that?
So an exquisite corpse poem. Unfortunately, there's not a great way to play it like on like Twitch or anything, or we'd already be doing it because it's one of my favorite poetry games.
Okay.
Poetry games ever. It started in Paris as just something to do to pass the time, like in cafes and things. But an exquisite corpse poem takes its name from the last line of the first ever recorded instance of a poem like this being written.
Okay.
And what you do is somebody writes 2 lines and then hands the paper to the next person, and then they read the 2 lines, and then they write 2 lines, and then they fold over the first 2 lines written and pass it on. And so you can go around the circle as many times as you want, and each time you read only the two sentences written. You only have the last two sentences written, so you have no context for what has come before it. And so you write your two lines, and then you fold over the previous two lines, and you pass it on. And it's so fun. My friends and I have written several Exquisite Corpse poems. We play this game every once in a while when we're together in a big group, and it is so fun.
You know what? It reminds me of telephone, but there is an internet way to play called Gartic Phone. I don't know if you're familiar with this. I played it with friends before. So you can do what you said. You can write down prompts, like sentences, but there's also like a drawing element. If you want to draw, like, what did this person? You get this, like, the line, right? Like the sentence that has no context. So you draw that line, and then the next person gets your picture, and then they describe what it is, and then the next person again draws based on that line. So it just kind of goes down and down and down.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
We should try that sometime.
Yeah, we should. That could be really fun.
Yeah. Oh, we're running out of mana. Oh, wait. We're gonna slash him. Okay, we did it.
Yeah, Silverpelt. You probably did do something similar to that in school. It's super neat. It's a really fun challenge to take something, take a topic and write a poem, and everybody writes a couple lines, and you put it all together. And you'd be surprised, actually, more often than not, how cohesive it can feel, even when everybody is writing a small part. It can feel really cohesive just because poetry can be very open-ended and open to interpretation, which gives a lot of room for sort of creative expression and for things to be a little disjointed and yet still work together somehow.
Sabata Ert, so nice to see you here. Thank you. Welcome in. First time chatter. There was a house full of cats that made my allergies whack. And I believe, aren't you allergic to cats in real life, potentially? I am allergic to cats in real life. So that is very sad. Open Road. Well, cats that have an attitude eat wet food. That is good too.
That's so good. Look, we need to I think we need to save all of these cat couplets and put them all together.
I do too. Okay. I wonder if I have to go elsewhere. E. What does E do?
And yes, they love wet food.
Okay. A little bit eerie. I am nearly free. Be fast. Okay. Next color. Oh, nope. Green. Mine have so much attitude, and yes, they love wet food. Who dare challenges the queen of the night? A tiny nothing with locks of red. Oh, rude, sir.
A tiny nothing.
This is but a dream.
Those fighting words.
Trust not what you see. Seems real to me. They want us dead. I know it passed very quickly, but I love that line of dialogue where the firefly / our little bow bun says, they look very real and very scared of them. And Aurora says, they're just but a dream, trust not what you see. So she knows, she's very brave, and she's not afraid to fight these foes. Also, this is great music.
It is. This is really good music.
Decapitate? No. You don't want that.
Oh.
Jupiter's sphere. Okay, we're fine. We got this. We have lots of potions that we haven't used at all. I'm just going to keep hurting you. Decapitate. Ouch.
Luca Romanov says, "I will die for the Firefly." Fortunately, the Firefly is an integral part of this game, so I think the Firefly is gonna live.
Yes, welcome in. Great to see you. Wings of Mercury. What is that? Speed increase. Okay. You know, we're just going to Starlight you again. I don't know how people play games. I always like to take out one boss first and then move on to the next instead of spreading out your damage. There we go. Now we only have one person to deal with.
Yeah, that's usually what I do too. That's usually my approach is focus down one enemy at a time.
Okay, Light Ray, let's go. Okay, I'm not going to slow him because he's really fast. Ambrosia.
Whoa.
I am out of mana, so we're just going to slash now. Hello, friends. Hello, welcome in. Thanks you for being here. This game's aesthetic reminds me of the book. I don't know that book, or that sounds very familiar. Can you tell us more? Why does that book sound so familiar?
Yeah, I haven't heard of it. I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with it.
We'll just... Wings of Mercury again. You know what? Let us... Oops, we don't want to pause. Go back. Let's have a potion.
Oh, because you're out of MP.
I am.
Almost.
I'm just gonna heal up. I'm pretty sure we're gonna win, but, you know, let's just be safe. Now, either won or was shortlisted for the Women's Prize in Fiction. It was by Suzanne Clark. It was really popular a year or two. Oh, well, thank you. I'll have to check that out. Collect wishes. I have no more wishes, Firefly. I cannot. There are no wishes to be had. Ouch.
He really wants you to collect wishes.
Yeah, I can't. There's no wishes. We already grabbed them all. Oh, it's fine. We won. What's the horse on the pillar? I'm not sure. I think the horse is just there as sort of like a decorative element, which I love. Maybe these are like fallen knights or something. Oh, we found some magic stardust. I don't know what that is, but very exciting. The storyline is kind of unusual. I don't want to give anything away, but the stage from the game you're playing is so similar to the book setting. Well, thank you. I'll have to check it out. And I love that it was shortlisted for the Women's Prize in Fiction. Oh, Madam, snared am I in this dreamland. I am ready to wake up now. Child, a vision, take my hand.
Once the sun shone upon a land of sequined valleys and peaks of white, and at night ruined castles glowed with alabaster light. From the
I love the word alabaster.
a queen of light ruled this rambling place. Each night she walked the palace alone, her luminosity dawn's own face.
It's beautiful.
Until one night there was no trace. The queen had vanished, and with her the light. Dark resided in its place, the usurper, Umbra, hid from sight. She sent her daughters in her stead, the sun, the stars, and the crescent moon. They pilfered from the sky, extinguished them with the monsoon. Then Umbra's dark creatures conquered the land. Our lives soon snuffed out by a wave of her hand.
Would you like to be this madam?
Sure.
Madam, thank you for the story. But now I wish to wake.
So dull my speech, you fell asleep? What I speak of is real, not fake. All around us lies the land of Lemuria. I am afraid this is not a dream, Aurora. The only way is a magic link. A mirror behind the throne. Stolen by Umbra, queen of the night. The soul path home.
Is this another slant rhyme here with throne and home?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's throne. Yeah, I was expecting like own, you know, which is as the rhyme, but yeah, home I mean it works. Slant rhyme.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Silver belt. A silver belt. Heard me say. I like the word alabaster. Maybe an alabaster cat sitting in a beam of sun rules the house with an iron paw because it is fun. That's so good.
I love
That's
that.
so funny. It really captures the sort of attitude of a cat.
It does.
Yeah, good work there.
That is great.
Oh, sorry. Is I might have missed what happened before. Is to banish the light. Is to banish the night. Bring back the stars, the sun, the moon, the light.
No, unacceptable. My father waits. A firefly said you'd help me. Post haste.
I have a name, you know. Oh no, what's your name? Do not despair, my dear.
Oh.
I.
This is his name.
Oh, I created. Let's see. How am I going to pronounce that?
Igniculus? Yeah.
Yeah, Igniculus to aid you.
Oh, she created a bug the size of a pin? No good, I fear. Oh. Never shall I recover. The sun, the stars, and the moon.
Do not despair, my dear. For the sun and moon seek the highest and the lowest room. Oh, first go back from whence you came. Past the altar on which you woke this day. Through a tree of thorns sharp and tangled. Seek help along the way.
And what of the stars? How will I reach the skies?
Why, child, the answer lies above you. Open your eyes.
Oh my goodness. There is a star above me.
There is indeed.
Again, look at her hair is so beautiful. Very Disney princess.
Open Road says, my cat's so fluffy, she sits and sits, and only moves a little bit.
Oh, I love that.
That is very content.
I think that's very relatable.
Whoa!
I can fly now. Aurora.
You can fly now.
You are a child of light.
Now listen carefully. Keep that charmed crown. Now listen carefully. Keep that charmed crown upon your brow. Never remove it, clear. One last thing before I go. If you should ever despair, my dear.
Thank you. Exactly what does it do?
Sorry, child, I cannot hear you. I'm fading away. Goodbye.
Oh, wait, but I must know. My father, is he all right? I am surrounded by endless night. Oh. Oh, ordinary flute. I can fly.
I suspect it's not an ordinary flute at all. Whoa.
Far from home, starlight only to guide her, except for a firefly alone. Anxious for the comforts, a family who could not trace her, searching for the sun and moon, a father to embrace her. And somewhere in the night, perched upon a throne in the dark, waited Umbra, the usurper, to snuff out Aurora's spark.
If we to the left fly, the tree of thorns will surely appear. Sir Firefly, to the sky. What do I do?
He has a name, and she's just gonna call him Sir Firefly this entire game.
Yeah, I guess it might be kind of hard to rhyme, Iniculus.
You're right.
Under the panes of the sun and the moon, amongst the soldered skies, our heavy-handed heroine must earn her wings to fly. Oh.
Oh.
That's
dang.
beautiful.
Wow.
I don't like that clown at all. Grand Admiral Thrawn, I'm very sorry because I don't think we can get rid of him. Excuse me. I'll let you take Jester if you want. Or maybe it's a her, actually, I'm not sure. Would you like to be the Jester? Yep.
Sure, yep. Little lady, have you seen bright balloons nearby? Any unicorns balancing on balls? Or striped tents raised to the stars.
And then he says, "Don't you mean sky?" I love the expression.
Well, it's really funny. He's commenting on the fact that stars doesn't rhyme with nearby. Sky and nearby would rhyme, but stars and nearby does not. So this is a very funny this is very, very funny comment on how the rhyme is broken.
You're right. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that until you said so.
Yeah.
Oh, raised to the stars, and he's like,
"Stars?
You ruined it."
Yeah, exactly. He's not impressed.
I also love how, this, again, it's so beautifully drawn and illustrated, and I feel like the artist had a lot of fun with these like very simple expressions on the firefly. I am afraid not.
Fiddlesticks! Left here to fester.
Pardon me, madame. Madame, but are you a jester?
Take a glance at this note.
Perhaps you mean letter? I wonder if that's going to be a recurring, she's going to break the, what is it called? Sort of the streak of rhyming.
Well, it's really interesting, right? Because a jester is like, if you expect anyone to speak in rhyme and sort of nonsense, you would assume like the jester character would be the one to speak in rhyme. Mm-hmm. But because everybody here speaks in rhyme, inverting or subverting that expectation by having the jester not speak in rhyme is actually really, really funny to me.
That's true. All right.
What are these scribbly marks I spy?
Why, it's Latin, Sir Firefly. Dearest Sister Rebella, night has fallen on our land. In these dark times, one must take a stand. Not to hide up in the clouds, curled but to juggle the weight of the world. At death's gate to slip and fall, and triumphantly dance around it all. In short, to laugh or not to laugh, that is the question. The answer is clear. I will follow my dream's intention. Enjoying the traveling circus in the plains before its ascension. Sister, I hope you will not remain listless. Your brother, Tristis.
That's interesting because Tristis is really close to like the French word for sadness, right?
What is it? I don't know French that much.
I don't either. I just happen to, and for anybody in chat who happens to speak French, please correct me if I'm wrong, but tristes, and I'm sure I'm butchering that, is like sad or sadness, right? And so even in I think in Spanish it's something similar too. So that's really interesting.
Yeah. We do have a question in chat. Did you see that, Dustin? Does anyone have good recommendations for poetry volumes, anthologies, books for someone who's new to the genre? Thank you for asking that because, this is National Poetry Month. So we are going to feature, a few more poets on our stream this month. So I hope you do come back, and you should keep asking this question to see what they each recommend. Triste is said in Spanish.
In Spanish. Yep. Yeah, triste. Oh gosh, poetry recommendations. I'll address that really quick because it's tough. Poetry, like all art forms, poetry is very subjective, and so poetry that someone like poetry I like may not other people may not like it. It may not resonate with them the same way. So yeah, gosh, that's really tough. When you're trying to find new poetry, or even to find the kind of poetry you might like, I strongly encourage folks to go. You can go online, go to Barnes and Noble, check out their poetry section. It usually isn't very big. Poetry anthologies are a great place to get started because it's going to have a collection of works by lots of different poets, and usually kind of curated by theme or you can get poetry that's like, you can get books that are like, the best 100 poets of the English language or something like that. I have one that I keep. This is 200 and 250 poems, a portable anthology. And this is more of a textbook, but that's anthologies are a great way to read the works of very different writers and poets, and see what you like. And then if you come across a poem that you really, really like by a writer, you can go check out more of their works. So yeah, anthologies are a great place to start when you're looking to get into poetry.
Yeah, and you know what? This is not necessarily an anthology, but if you are interested in poems by Nevada poets specifically, I'm going to put in the chat. This is me on my personal account. We published at Nevada Humanities a humanities guide to outdoor Nevada entitled "Sagebrush to Sandstone." And it combines nature facts and really, really interesting facts from scientists around the state with poems and artwork from people around the state. So you can find a free copy on our website. So if you want to dive in and just download it now, you're more than welcome to and read some poetry there. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it is a favorite because admittedly I helped to co-edit this volume, and so I'm always going to promote it. And it's free, so that's another place to start if you haven't read poetry in a while. There are some beautiful poems in there. There's one by Angela M. Brommel about the heat of the desert, which might be very real for anyone who's ever lived in the Southwest. So I would definitely check that out. Savannah Ertz asked, do you have a favorite anthology? Are you asking of Dustin or of people in chat?
I do have a favorite anthology. Hold tight. I'm gonna go get it so everybody can see what it looks like. It's one edited by Harold Bloom.
Oh, fun. Okay. I love show and tell. Thank you, everyone. I will also say that, I don't think I'll ever get tired of this game's main theme, which I hope you can hear in the background as we play. Really, really beautiful soundtrack. Show and tell. Yeah, I think I'm so glad that we're inviting poets onto our stream for National Poetry Month because, admittedly, I did not read a lot of poetry after, high school, whenever it is that it stopped being sort of required coursework. And so my exposure to poetry was always only that, whatever you get to read in school. And it wasn't until much later talking to and working with more poets around the state specifically that I learned of all these different forms of poetry, that poetry doesn't always have to rhyme, that you can almost be prosaic. Amanda Gorman, who some of you know is, our young poet laureate of she has this beautiful volume. And if you check out her work, there are a lot of really interesting, she plays with the form of poems, she flips things on their head, there's different ways you can structure it. So definitely check that out too. Thank you, Matt, for posting the schedule. All right, Dustin, I'll let you share.
Yeah, Amanda Gorman's fantastic. So if you're looking for something sort of classical, if you're looking for the poetry greats in the English language, this is a really thick book that I use all of the time. It's Harold Bloom, The Best Poems of the English Language. It is a thick book. It's almost 1,000 pages. Yeah, it's almost 1,000 pages. So this is a really good primer. And then if you're looking for something a little more contemporary, I really like this anthology. It's a little older, but still really good. This is Poetry 180, and this is edited by selected and with an introduction by Billy Collins, who Billy Collins was at the time the Poet Laureate, the United States Poet Laureate, and has just decades worth of really fabulous poetry that he's written. And these are, of course, works by different poets, but it's a fantastic collection. So there's a couple of suggestions to get you going.
These are very cool. Thank you, Dustin. Maybe after the stream, I'm wondering if there's like a place. I'm going to think about a way we can share this information in the future on our channel or website, you know, for things that we bring up, you know, for the poems that we write during our streams, for these resources. So thank you for sharing. And I realize that you might be gone already, but thank you so much, Grand Admiral Thrawn, for being here. It was wonderful. I love that your farewell message was written in rhyme. So thank you for adhering to the theme of the evening.
It sure is. Isn't it? That's so funny.
Thank you. Okay, Dustin, I'll let you take over Rubella.
Okay. Let's see. Tristis has split our act in two. Taken me through the ringer. Left Rubella behind. Me, Lemuria's wittiest vocalist.
You're just that she's breaking the the rhyme scheme.
And it's like deliberate. It's like deliberate too. There's the ellipses, right? Yeah. Doesn't she mean singer? It's like she's actively thinking how to, in the same way we would like pause to think of how to rhyme, she's pausing to think of how to not rhyme. And I think that's so funny.
Yeah. Regardless, we have much to do and should not linger.
Little lady, can I join you? My bags are already packed. I've got to find my brother and save our double routine. Act. Packed act. Yeah, that works. That rhymes. Save our double routine.
Know the way is likely dangerous, with creatures strange to us.
I am a trained acrobat. Do not worry, I can handle this. That.
Oh,
so funny.
Rubella has joined the party. Great.
Hey.
Okay. What is her
Rubella's
plight?
plight.
To the left.
The onion is angry. Yeah, he's not having it.
To the left, past the altar forlorn, find and enter the tree of thorn. Okay. Skills. Okay. Here we. What are your skills, Rubella? So you start here. So she tumbles. She can hit everyone with her tumble. Sounds like this is a physical thing. Oh, this is nice. She's some sort of support character, so she can protect me against status ailments. Revive, that's always nice.
Revive, nice.
Oh, heal. Okay, so she's our healer and...
Use the healer.
Okay, what is this heal? Okay. Ailment.
Isn't rubella a disease?
I think it is. Don't you? I feel like I always hear about like mumps and rubella in the same sentence, you know? Well, let's do ailment protection.
Also called German measles. It is a contagious, according to Google, a contagious viral infection preventable by vaccine and is best known by its distinctive red rash.
Huh.
Rubella. What a name.
Okay, I've run out of skill points. Okay, we have one more. Now we can defend. We have more oculi? No. We have no confessions. Alright. I think we're ready to go. What are you? Locked. Alright. Oh, that's right, I can fly again. I'm not shocked. A bug thought my arm a jungle gym, but it made my mood quite grim. Silver pelt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. How far up can I go? Oh, okay, this is the limit. You know, there was a spot in that door where there was like the moving platform when we were doing our first sort of puzzle to get to the gargoyle, where I think we could fly up.
Yeah, you can fly there now.
It had a bug on me and you had to swat it off. Oh no, hate bugs. Healing tonic. All right. Bugs are not fun, but they're necessary to the ecosystem, I suppose. Okay, what is here? Left to the altar of Matildus. Okay. All these locked doors. I feel like I'm cheating by flying.
Right.
I suppose it does sort of add to, you know, this is a dream, and I feel like so many of us have dreams of flying, so it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's a vastness too. Oh, excuse me. It's a lot to cover. You have the ability to fly, kind of go wherever you want, but it's like there's that almost works. That almost makes it more difficult because the path is not necessarily so obvious. It's not terribly linear. Because now you're not just working with what's straight ahead, but what could be up or down.
And no worries, Silverpelt. I know you're probably not here, but we'll be here when you get back. Okay, our first. Oh.
Whoa! Team fight.
All right. We will starlight you. Okay, Rebella. Tumble. How do you tumble? Interesting. Oh, wow, they have a lot of HP. Autumn chill. Ouch. Ouch.
The enemies don't have a health bar, do they?
I don't see one, no.
Yeah, so you just gotta keep bopping them until they...
Yep. Well, I don't think I can slow them down enough. That's fine. Growth spurt. What happened to you? We're just gonna slash you.
Nice.
Yeah. And now we have... Oh.
What a crackerjack adventure. If I wasn't circus bound, with a bright career in my future, perhaps I'd stick close. Stick around. He's just really not impressed with Rubella.
No.
Sorry, chum, but I can't. I have an audience to bewitch.
I am certain you mean enchant. I wonder how far left we have to go. Left? Okay, we're gonna keep going left. I feel like we've already passed sort of the beginning, which is where they wanted us to go. I'm certain I'm not like 100%ing this game. I'm sure I just missed a bunch of things, but that's alright.
Yeah, it's alright.
The air is so soft, Mr. Firefly. Igniculous. Aurora, what size is a pin? Stop being ridiculous. When you are but a leaf, why pretend a branch to be? You and me, we could be a tree. We shall see. You know, I want to see what the spider does.
Yeah.
Ambush? No, I hit it first.
Yeah, right.
Pinch. Ouch. Ooh.
Not the crown.
I know, Starlight. Yes?
I'm a big fan of this specter. This little ghostly lady.
Yeah. Well, that's right. You like horror and the spooky, right? Like the supernatural.
I do. Yeah. No, you're exactly right. Yeah.
Bella, you are quick.
I really like the jester cap sound effect.
Yeah, just whack.
The little bell rattles, yeah, when she whacks.
Oh, you know what? There was, I remember there was a thing at the beginning of the game. Ah, yes, you. That we couldn't get to. Spooky spooky. Yes, that is a rhyme as well. Oh, there's 3 enemies. Alright, we're gonna starlight you. Dustin, I'm curious. Is this a game that you could see yourself like ever playing or picking up? I'm not sure what kind of games you like to play.
Yeah, you know, it's really interesting because I probably wouldn't have, like, if I just saw the box art, you know what I mean? I don't know that I ever would have picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
But like watching you play it, I'm really intrigued. And for me, I have such a difficult relationship with video games because I like things that have really high replayability.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to be better about like appreciating games that are, you know, especially very story driven, and just like enjoying it and being okay with being done with it once I'm done with it. I say recently, it's been a few months, but played a game with a friend of mine called The Quarry.
Sounds really familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, it was it's a sort of horror themed game, right? And it's very narrative driven. So there's not a ton of replayability there, but it was a really, really cool story, and I'm glad that I bought it and played it because it was a really, really good time. So. And for anybody who hasn't played it, if you're curious, it is, if you catch it on sale or something, 100% worth the playthrough. It's really fun.
I'm like intrigued by all of these. I feel like recently there have been like the X, like The Forest is one of those. Another kind of spooky game, which is not necessarily my wheelhouse, but some of my friends play it. I don't know if you've heard of The Forest, Dustin. Well, if you like spooky, that is one for you.
I'm writing that down. I'll check that out.
They just came out with a sequel called Sons of the Forest. I, again, probably will not be playing it, but I know that people in my life were very excited. So.
Okay, interesting. I will check that out.
Okay. Oh, hello. Who are you? Little girl, you will not pass this way. I will eat you up this day. Step out of the way, or I will turn you into clay. Oh.
That's... wow.
Okay, well, I just ran into a little mini boss fight. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take out the mini friends first.
There definitely is there definitely is so much life present in each and every frame. Yeah, it's hard not to get caught up just in the like very small details of the game. This is a game where I would, probably if I were just, playing all by myself, I would absolutely just sort of be wandering around. Like, it's very atmospheric, so it's easy just to like get lost in all of the background detail and just really enjoy that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There's some games that are like that where you kind of forget what you're supposed to be doing because it's just really pretty.
Yeah, definitely. John, I adore the art style of this game. I feel like so much life is present with each frame.
Yeah.
My health. Sorry,
oh no.
Okay. John, that is a wonderful couplet. Thank you.
It's fantastic.
Well, good thing we got the best healer in the world. Let's just do this. That's fine. Oh, okay, so maybe I shouldn't use magic attacks if he's gonna keep countering them. Let's take out this friend first. Ouch. Okay.
Whoa. Boy, yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. This is like the first battle where I think, oh, this is actually a little bit difficult, even though I know we are still on casual, but yeah.
Yeah.
This is fine. I do have defend, so let's try that.
You forget sometimes that like defending is also a really like useful. Oh, see, when he gathers strength, that's when you should use defend, so that when he hits the next time, the damage will be reduced.
Yeah. I just want to see what happens if we just defend for a bit. How much? We're gonna have some fun. Okay. Try us now, sir. Ogre's Wrath. I'll still do a lot. Okay.
Yeah, wow. Of
right.
course, that was a critical hit, but...
It's true.
Dang.
Okay, you are going to... I have no more. Okay. Only 9. Oh, that's right. I'm not supposed to use magic. I forgot. That's okay. It's okay. You can hit her. Why don't you heal yourself? We have enough for one more heal for each person. I'm sure we'll get him soon. And we have our potions, so it's fine. I feel like we're like in like serious gamer mode right now.
You're right.
We got this. I believe in us. We got that back. Great.
Silverpelt says counterspelling magic, at least it's not countering healing, because that's evil. And that would be evil. So he resists magic, but he's susceptible to melee damage.
Yes.
I guess that's kind of flavorful, right? Because he's what? He's like an ogre or a troll or something, and
yeah.
I think.
Wow, this is taking. Oh, we got him. All right.
Oh,
I did it.
Nice.
Okay. We found HP Stardust. Nice. To the Tree of Thorns. Here it is, the lady's clue. Now we simply have to pass through. After you. Okay, let us get our skills. I have 2. You know, I like passive skills. We'll get that next time. And then let's be a little bit better at tumbling. Journey across the thorns sharp. Fly delicately with careful art. I love Dungeons and Dragons. There is a trend going around about conjuring reviving spells for party members and how awful it is. So that's a thing from D&D? Interesting. And Silverpill, I didn't know that you liked that you were a fan of Dungeons and Dragons. Very cool. We have been thinking about doing, you know, some like one-shots here, or trying to figure out how we could do tabletop gaming on Humanities at Play. So stick around. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
That would be very fun. That would be super fun.
Yeah, I definitely know that, you know, of course, Critical Role is a very popular group that does role-playing and D&D on stream, so it's not like there isn't already precedent for it.
Yeah, totally.
All right, Dustin, I feel like let's do a little bit longer of this game, and then maybe we could cut to, you know, just like some, like a very casual, like readings or an end to this stream. And then I would love to pick this up someday again in the future.
Absolutely.
Some Quiet Guy. D&D is fun. Hello, Some Quiet Guy. You know, I've been telling people I am just cursed, though. I've tried playing D&D 2 or 3 times in my life, and I have never been able to finish a single campaign because the party always dissolves, or, you know, just people get busy. So I've never finished a single adventure, and it's just sad because, you know, you spend so much time like crafting your character's backstory, you get really involved, and then you just never find out what happens.
Yep, that is right.
It's the curse of adulthood. It's true. Oh, oops, I wasn't watching and I ran into a thorn. Oh, lots of thorns.
Oh, you can't touch those, huh?
No. Oh, hello, what are you? I want to fight you.
Oh.
Curious.
Hey, there it goes. Oh, it's like a griffin. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think griffins are neat.
I do too. Big fan. Punch. Let's see what Starlight does to you. Critical hit. That's okay. The hard part isn't slaying the dragon, it's coordinating adult schedules. Yeah, absolutely. Some Quiet Guy also writes, I want to run one-shots or short campaigns for now. I've somehow finished one campaign. 93 or 94 sessions? Wow, is that like... Did you meet once a week or something? That's like 2 years. Wow.
That's impressive.
Oh, look, my firefly can heal people. But I don't need to do that. We're not going to waste it on. That's very
Emergency
cool.
use.
Yeah, for sure. The group I played with, no way could we accomplish that. You played weekly. Wow, so that's like almost 2 years. That's such a commitment. Props to you and the people you played with. The longest campaign I was a part of probably only had like 12 sessions in a span of 2 years. Wow. We had a 1-year session. You're all determined. Well, maybe someday my curse will end, and I could be, finally, I will learn what happens to my characters. Oh. Well, it's great to know that there's so much interest, in D&D today in this community. It makes me feel like, yeah, this is definitely something we should try to do on stream. I think it could be very, very cool. Okay, we're just exploring here. Kill me, Firefly. I would love to see that. I enjoy D&D. You've only ever played it once before. Well, I'm glad you would be interested, John. Because of you, I will dedicate my character. No. Would you want to host or be a player? Oh, I don't know if I could be a DM, but I would gladly either be a player or, a color commentator or something. Oops, how do I go back? Okay, I want Starlight on this friend. And I think I want to comment again, just the way that this game is drawn. And I think there are some games where combat, I don't like the way it looks, or it can be like really graphic, but because of like the very like childlike fantasy nature of this game, I don't feel as bad when I'm like fighting and destroying creatures. Ow. Ouch. Heal me. DMing is stressful. Yeah. Okay, we got him. Someone, I would love to see a couplet about your D&D aspirations, or about what it's like to play D&D. I challenge the chat. Give me a D&D couplet. Okay, got him. I'm working on DMing later this year. That's awesome. Yeah, I think I'm in awe of anyone who's able to do that. I think it's a very, very cool skill, and I love that you take the time to craft these worlds and make sure it goes well for players. I don't know what it involves exactly. I feel like I would need to you would really need to know the book well, like the world that you're in, and that seems like a lot of time like reading and just really understanding the rules of the game. That's amazing. John, a game that requires more than one, but being alone playing is no fun. Oh. Are there solo? I mean there's solo board games. I imagine there must be like similar like solo campaigns, right? Maybe. I don't know actually. I'm sure there are. I don't know enough about D&D to say though.
Yeah, I think at that point, I feel like it becomes just like a choose your own adventure kind of thing. Like a.
So better it says D&D.
Yeah.
I might do the one-shot build where you can drop in and out as you see fit.
So I started on a couplet when we were in the previous location and didn't get it finished. Just finished it a minute ago. There were the like island platforms floating in the sky that looked sort of like ships.
Uh-huh.
And so I have peek through parted clouds to spy lonely dirigibles in the sky, and they just look so sad out there. There's gray, and it makes me wonder what's out there.
Dirigibles is also, I think, another really great word. Alabaster dirigibles.
Fantastic. Yeah, alabaster dirigibles. That's right.
You could do a one-on-one with a DM and have it be the solo, but I think it requires 2 people. And then there's a game called 1000 Year Old Vampire that's a solo tabletop RPG. Oh, very cool. Very interesting. Silver Pelt, not a couplet, but here's a quote from a campaign I was in. Sometimes you think that you're the bee's knees, but you're actually frog legs. That's a beautiful quote. Thank you for sharing.
that's you know, that's some words to live by. That's really funny.
That's great. I don't know. Do we have to add a quote command to our stream now, Silver?
Yeah.
Although I feel like we can't really steal that one because that was already an existing quote. But I love that. Thank you. You know, there is a game that I recently bought. Again, not a tabletop game per se, not like D&D, but it's called Spire's End. Actually, I have it. So there's Spire's End, and then this is Spire's End Hildegard. It's for 1 to 2 players. It's supposed to take 2 to 3 hours, and it's, you know, a solo game and or a game for 2 people in which you go on this adventure. And I bought it because I thought it might be very, very cool to do for Humanities at Play, like as like an in-person thing. So I might open it up this weekend and take out the cards and see what it's like. Speaking of solo adventures. Alabaster Originals is my new band name. I'm here for it. Sign me up. Let me know when you're performing.
Yeah, right.
We were all cackling when the DM said it's even better because the character is not supposed to be friendly with us at all, but one of the characters wanted a friend. Oh.
Aww.
Oh, we're in the darkness. Okay, you...
Oh,
Starlight.
spooky.
Dustin, where are some other places? I'm curious, like, where else do we see couplets? Obviously, you know, in poetry and video games, like, where are other places that you might encounter these and why? And this is like a very question, but I'm curious.
No, it's a great question. So, gosh, you can encounter couplets anywhere. You see them, you know, sometimes you see them in advertising, occasionally. But I think most people are going to encounter couplets. If not in poetry, it's going to be in music.
Okay.
Music is what I would say. If you're going to encounter a couplet in the wild, in real life, outside of a contained setting, like a poetry class or something like that, it's going to be in music for sure. But we've talked about this before. I say this all the time that I think rhyming poetry is actually much harder to write, because when you're really trying to write good poetry that rhymes, there's a lot of consideration that goes into it. Mm-hmm. and finding 2 words that rhyme really is not even half the battle. Finding 2 words that rhyme can be pretty easy. It's making it make sense, because sometimes you are the temptation is to get really locked into 2 rhyming words that you want to use, and then you're trying to construct your couplet, or you're trying to construct your poem around these 2 words, which can lead to like awkward phrasing. Mm-hmm. Something that just doesn't sound quite right. And so writing good rhyming poetry, I think, is actually very, very difficult. And props to the people that are able to do it. I have said it before, I'll say it again. There is a poem, and maybe we can read it here to kind of close out. But Edgar Allan Poe's Annabel Lee is a fantastic example of a poem that rhymes, although it's not couplets, but that rhymes and does a really good job sticking with the meter. And and it doesn't sound forced or unnatural.
Yeah,
Like sometimes it can be.
I would love to hear you read some good couplet poetry. And I've also been, just extremely impressed. I've had so much fun today reading the poems that people have shared in chat. It's been really fun.
It has been really fun. I would love to do this again, because who would have imagined that we had some pretty quick thinkers, some pretty fast rhymers
We did.
out here with us today. Sometimes we asked for some couplets, and they had them right there, which is really impressive. So yeah, thanks everybody who shared, one or more things, because everything we saw in chat tonight was so fun and so brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, Silver. Sorry, go ahead, Dustin.
Oh no, you're fine. I have one more. I'm just behind enough, because now we're not in the woods anymore, but. Skulking monsters in the wooded deep, what ancient evils lie yet in sleep.
You need to send these to me after stream. I love these so much. I feel like I need to just sit down and just read them over and over. This has been great. Also, Justin, do you remember that our friend with the top hat? I feel like we are in his village right now.
Okay, I have been trying to write a couplet about that dang raven with the top hat this entire time, and I cannot get anything that I'm happy with that rhymes with hat. And so that's again, it's a great example of what I was talking about. Like I can't find the right phrasing for something that rhymes with top hat. If you in the chat can come up with a couplet that includes ravens and top hats, or a raven and the word top hat, and you can make it rhyme, I would love to see that, because I've been struggling with that for some reason. I think you're right though. Look at there's so many birds. We're definitely perhaps in the village.
D&D is preparing, organizing, studying, getting ready, getting your story ready, and then the party proceeds to spread chaos and make the DM's brain spaghetti. Oh, I love Silver. That is such a good rhyme. That is both educational and poetry. Education. No, I'm trying to combine the two words. Tannhauser writes, "You got to plan for all the paths the players might take, and even then, it's likely that they'll do something you didn't plan for." Or split the party up and it gets even more complicated. Sometimes they'll go along the path and everything will be fine. And other times they try to befriend the monster and you have nothing planned for them not being murder hobos.
Yep.
Okay, we are... I think let's find out a little bit more about the mystery of this village, and then I think we can call it... I think it'd be great to leave us on a little bit of a cliffhanger for our friends in chat. So... Okay, what is this path? Oh, whoa! You're hiccuping.
Is that bird drunk?
I cannot speak to its level of sobriety, but it may be. Oh, so is this one. Oh, what is happening?
Oh.
These poor birds. Are they sad? What are you doing? Huh. This one's sleeping. Okay, this is very mysterious. Music is a little bit sad too. I don't know if people can hear it. It's a little bit melancholy with the cello.
It is, yeah.
So many birds. Was this like a school teacher or a schoolroom? I'm watching this poor teacher bird who's just whacking the ground with his stick.
School for birds.
Very curious.
I find it interesting that they use quills as a writing instrument. Do you suppose they pluck their own feathers?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Now what if all of the people that should be in this village are the crows? What if the village people are cursed and they've all been turned into birds?
I would not be surprised, because I too would be very sad if that happened to me, and I could see then why this poor bird might be compelled to. Oh, well, I think we're about to learn a little bit more. Some quiet guy.
So.
I think it's also important to ready to improvise. You'll never be fully prepared for what players decide to do. I went off a module for the first game I ever TM'd, and the players still went where they wanted. Silverpelt writes, along this road we saw quite a sight. A raven with a top hat. The immediate affection was felt all throughout, especially in chat. Absolutely.
Did it.
Excuse me, sir.
That's so funny.
Have you the sun or moon within this well?
Hurrah, princess, you came.
Most certainly not. Can't you see?
I'm all alone again.
Oh, do you see? Look at the inside of her crown. It says foe.
Oh, it does say foe.
Huh.
You're right.
Okay, curious.
Oh, Ma, Grandpa, and I are casters. Keeping the village safe from demise. I left a couple of days before to replenish our supplies. And zounds, I like that, zounds. And zounds, the Dark Queen cursed him akin to birds.
There we go. These poor dwarves. Or beard, well, I don't know. I don't want to say you're a dwarf, but they're kin.
The water of Leth?
I think so, yeah.
Would cure him. Would cure him and I'd have to make the journey down. But fear has...
Poor man. Oh, he's crying. This poor man.
Would cure him and poor man, I see.
The well must go down only a short span. Come on, Finn. Jump in. Why does he have an anglerfish hat, though? I want one. Yes, I would like one, too. That'd be nice. Alright, we have a new quest. Oh, Igniculus, fly on by. Recover the moon at the highest of the high. I'm just gonna fly on a little bit further. What are you? Okay, I think we're supposed to go down the well. Let's go down the well, see where it takes us, and then I think perhaps we can end with a couple poems. I'm very intrigued by this like little gremlin.
Do we have the correct pronunciation?
I had to look it up. Lethe.
Lethe, okay.
Which in classical Greek literally means oblivion, forgetfulness, or concealment.
You said you cast spells?
Aye, princess. I'm one of the best.
In the well, it will be put to the test.
Hurrah! Finn here.
Aurora, do not call me princess.
Oh, I think Finn's about to join our party.
Here we go. We got this very,
right.
very cute.
So
friend.
you've got. So Finn must be a mage.
Yes. Oh. I am not controlling the firefly. The game is controlling me right now. Where? What an eerie place. Okay. Find the water of Lethe's source. The capillary transformation to force. Okay, so I think we're supposed to heal all of these poor townspeople and transform them back. All right, Finn, what do you do? Lightning strike? Okay. The rage of the capillary. Increase the power of all spells by 10%. That sounds pretty good.
Well, yeah.
Alright, so this is the lightning path. We got water. Okay. Fun. Monsoon. Then a strong knock over the head. Fire. Okay. Well, I do like increasing the power of all spells. So I'm gonna go... Oh, it might take a while to get there. Friendly reminder to stay hydrated, everyone. Least your voice be undone. Thank you, Silver. I will hydrate. We do, once we reach affiliate, we will add hydrating as a redeem. So thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Cold as death's own face. Okay, let us fight a new beastie, and then let us switch to the just chatting, and then I think it would just be a lovely place to end stream after we chat a little bit and hear some poetry from you, Dustin.
All right.
Oh, select party to swap fighters. Okay, party. Let's put in Finn.
Oh, so you can only have 2 at a time. Interesting.
Oh, I replaced myself. That's fine. All right, Finn. You know what? I feel like fire is good against this kind of cold-looking thing.
Yeah.
You can tumble. Oh my goodness, that's a pipe. Oh, fire resistant. Oh no.
Oh no.
I thought it was so clever. I'm like, you look kind of vaguely blue and icy. Surely fire must be good against you. All right, let's try lightning strike. And you can tumble that person. Icy claws. Ouch. Rude.
Well, you were right that it's icy.
Yeah. I was trying to use like my Pokemon knowledge, you know, like what's...
You're right, exactly.
Okay, lightning strike. I love that Finn, yeah, has a little pipe. Okay, so lightning is good.
Aha.
Oh, you know what? Instead of ice, it must be water. So of course lightning is super effective against water.
That makes sense.
We did it.
Victory.
All right. Oh, Finn. Ah. Oh, he's crying. I'll let you take Finn's dialogue.
I have to get out of here. Oh, he's scared.
Calm down. Master your fear.
There are only a few and a half of us. You could just disappear.
Oh. Well, I guess that's his character, probably. You know, kind of a cowardly lion sort of mage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to... I don't know if I can save, actually. I feel like the game just auto-saves, so I will... Actually, let me... I bet if I exit the cave, it will auto-save. So let me see if it'll do that.
Yeah.
And then I'll exit the game. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's just auto-saved. Oh, some more dialogue. Take not upon yourself others' burdens. I do not have the time. My father waits for me. That is my purpose prime.
What was wrong with that man?
He was afraid.
Why?
Far from home he strayed, and so he paid.
Got a double rhyme.
Yeah. Okay, I guess maybe Finn only... I hope we didn't permanently lose him. I'm guessing that he only joins you once you're in the well. So.
Yeah, you're probably right.
All right, so let's switch to just chatting now. Hello again, friends in chat. I have had a wonderful time playing Child of Light and seeing and reading all of your poetry and learning more about D&D. Dustin, you have prepared some readings for us. You know, today we decided that we're learning more about couplets, and it's been great hearing and learning more about the power of couplets. So, what do you have in store for us?
Yeah, so actually I'm cheating a little bit. I don't, what I have prepared does not have couplets, although I think everybody in chat has done a really, really great job tonight. Far exceeded my expectations. Thanks so much, everybody, for participating in that. It really made it lots of fun. So I'm gonna close this out here with a reading of a poem by Edgar Allan Poe called Annabel Lee, which is just so fun to read and is really a gorgeous poem. And then we can talk just a little bit, if you'd like, kind of about what it means. It's not super it's pretty evident, kind of what the subject matter is. So, all right, I'm just gonna dive right into
Sounds
it.
good.
Annabel Lee. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to be loved and be loved by me. She was a child and I was a child in this kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee. With a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that, long ago in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud by night, chilling my Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And the stars never rise, but I see the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so, all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the side of the sea. I love this poem. He's quite literally, the speaker of the poem is quite literally calling the angels out, right? Like all the forces of heaven and earth are like, our love is so, his love, he and Annabel Lee, their love is so profound, so powerful, that even the angels and demons are jealous of the love that they share, and are so jealous, in fact, that they murder. He feels they have murdered Annabel Lee out of jealousy, because they can't have the love that they have, and of course, right? Of course, we know that this is ultimately maybe more a poem about grief and loss than anything else. The angels didn't literally, right? Blow in a cold wind and murder Annabel Lee, but that's how the narrator of the poem, perhaps unreliable as he may be, that's how he chooses to view her death and to cope with that loss. And he says ultimately that he spends his time laying by her side, however literally or not, in her tomb next to her, because he just can't bear to be apart from her. So it's just fascinating, but it's gorgeous to read. It's gorgeous to read aloud, and there's a musicality to many of Poe's works of poetry, and I think it's quite evident here. And my favorite lines are near the end, where he says, "And neither the angels in heaven above nor the demons down under the sea can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee." It's so gorgeous to say aloud. Mm-hmm. Can ever dissever my soul from the soul. His use of alliteration there, of the consonants, those repeated soft syllables, the S's. And dissever is just a really good word. Can can ever dissever. And of course, it rhymes. And then, for the moon never beams without bringing me dreams. And he goes on to pay tribute to her beauty. Anyway, I could go on and on and on. I know we're cutting it close here, but thanks for indulging me and letting me share that. I just love that poem so much.
Oh, no, I feel like I think this is a very poetry positive space, and I love that, just tonight everyone felt comfortable enough to share their own writing. We had, fun, but also a little bit of seriousness, and I love that you chose that poem by Edgar Allan Poe as well. And when you read that line, I also found myself just sort of the musicality of the sounds falling into one another. It was really beautiful. Poetry positive space. It is. It's a humanities, poetry, positive space for everyone. So I'm just wondering, Dustin, I don't have any questions right now ready for you because we did have a little Q&A last week, and the video, so that recording we'll probably share on our YouTube at some point. With Twitch VOD settings, because we're not affiliate right now, they are taking it down in like a day or two. So I made sure to save it before we lost that video. But once it's up, people can rewatch our interview. But I'm wondering if anyone in chat has any questions. Don't worry if you don't have any questions for Dustin, but if there's anything you wanted to ask him, please feel free to share your questions with us now. You should make that a tag for the stream. Yeah, absolutely. I suppose I could come up with a couple of questions right now, as we're waiting for folks in chat. I've already asked you a little bit about, what it means to be a poet laureate. Something I'd love to ask you again, especially for people who might not have been here last week. Right before our stream started, we were speaking about some games we love, specifically the Persona series. And, I'm wondering, what are some other games in recent years that have just really sort of, captured your like love or fascination? Like, what are some games that you would love to play? Again, yes, Persona 4 and 5. So we could definitely, we have some Persona fans in chat. But I'm wondering, what are some other games that you really enjoy and that you would love to sort of wax on, about?
Yeah, we really we just don't have time to even begin talking about Persona. Just all of you know that I love Persona with every fiber of my being. It's a great series of games. So that's a really good question. I said before that I really enjoy games with a high degree of replayability. So like I tend to gravitate toward games like Skyrim. Of course, I played Skyrim when it first came out. I bought an Xbox 360 just for Skyrim.
Oh my goodness.
And because all of my friends were playing it, and I was like, well, that looks cool, I'm gonna play it. And so I've been playing that game for what came out in 2011, so 2023, that's 12 years now.
That's so horrifying.
12-year-old game. Yeah. The amount of times I have replayed it, because I owned it on the 360, and then I owned it on the PlayStation 4, and then I owned it on Xbox One, and now I have an Xbox Series S, and have started it all over again there, you know what I mean? So gosh, I gotta think about that for just a sec. What's a game I've recently been really just on about?
That is a hard question. I know that I wouldn't be able to answer that because I sort of have a very short attention span, and I definitely bounce between games.
Yeah, that's it, right? Is I'm not really. There's not one right now that I'm playing just a ton of. Hollow Knight. So no, funny story. So I'm sure Hollow Knight is really good. I have heard lots of good things about it. I even own the Hollow Knight amiibo. I was really into the Toys to Life thing for a while. Just thought that was a really cool concept. So like, I went through and like I collected a bunch of the like Disney Infinity figures and the Skylanders and the Nintendo Amiibo figures. Still have the Hollow Knight one. Yeah, so no, I haven't played Hollow Knight. I'm sure it's really good though. Yeah, it's like suddenly I can't remember a single game that I've ever played in my life. I have you know what? Here, look, I'll talk about this. So a friend of mine who's in the chat here tonight, he and we played through Resident Evil Village here a while back, and now have taken up playing Resident Evil 4, the remake that just came out, here a while back, and that's super fun because I never played the Resident Evil games like growing up, so I didn't even though it seems like that should be like right up my alley, I just was never picked those games up as a kid. And so it's really fun to go back as an adult as they issue these remasters and play them. And it's so interesting going back to older video games, because I think we take for granted as modern gamers, we take for granted actually how much hand-holding there is, or maybe we're just so used to how much hand-holding there is in a bid to make games, I think, maybe more accessible to just like a casual player. We get tutorials and instructions, and like pathways a lot of times are more obvious. And then you drop into a game that is, you go back and try and play, a game that is 20 years old, and sometimes you forget what it was like to spend half an hour running around trying to find the next objective, and it's like so easy to miss, yeah.
No, I definitely agree. I feel like my brother-in-law had his children, my niece and nephew, sort of start from the beginning. So he made them start on like the SNES and then GameCube before having them to, sort of more modern consoles. And so it was a lot of fun watching them sort of struggle their way through like, the very old like Super Mario's, which is like kind of what I grew up on. And you forget like,
same.
If you lose all your lives, like sometimes you have to start from the beginning, or it's just like it's just very unforgiving. Like even if you make it to if you barely make it to a checkpoint and then, well, you lost your life, so you have to start all over again. And I feel like now with Pokemon too, Pokemon has definitely gotten a lot more hand-holdy in recent years.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm a huge I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I played have Violet, played through Violet, play occasionally, do the raid battles still, very excited for the DLC, and I'll go off the deep end for a weekend when the DLC comes out, right? But yeah, you're definitely right about that. It is, there's tons and tons of quality of life improvements, but occasionally it does make one yearn for a more challenging sort of gameplay out of the Pokemon games.
Yeah, Silver writes, you forget how it was running around trying everything you could think of to figure out a puzzle or beat a boss without the internet to help you.
Yeah, it's true. Gosh, like, oh man, what's a really big culprit there? Like Ocarina of Time, right? Legend of Zelda, or like Majora's Mask. Is what comes to mind immediately when I think of games that I played that, like, especially Ocarina of Time, like the Water Temple. Yeah, Ocarina of Time, absolutely. The Water Temple, oh, nightmare. Hated the Water Temple, still hate the Water Temple to this day. It was hard, and yeah, you didn't, you had to, there was the internet, I guess, but, it certainly wasn't as easy as just grabbing your phone and Googling how to get past a temple. Or having to call your mom or older sibling to solve things for you. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Dustin, as you think of, I would love to hear, sort of what games like have captured your like love or attention in recent years. Like I'm trying to think of that myself too. Like, just what game
Yeah.
have I really gotten into? And I will say, like, this is also going back a bit, but Stardew Valley was, when it first came out, it was just like the game, at least for me. Like, I spent tons and tons of time playing Stardew Valley because it recaptured the old magic of Harvest Moon and
Mm-hmm.
that kind of game. And now everyone's sort of trying to, copy its success. And I love that
Right.
it's been, so long, but we still have Stardew Valley like newbies, and people are still playing it to this day. And now eventually we'll get another game by the same guy. Hopefully, like Haunted Chocolatier will come out soon, or even Witchbrook. But I think for me, Persona was definitely one of those games where when I played it, I was so enchanted, and I just instantly sucked like all of my time. I don't think
Yeah.
I found another game, honestly, in recent years that have, or not recent years, but I guess in the last year and a half, that where I'm like, yes, like this is I'm gonna sink like 100 like hours into this.
Yeah.
But there are some very good games, absolutely.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. I just keep coming back. I mean, that's what I keep coming back to. I think I've logged on my original Persona 5 save file. Which I haven't even finished. Or I think I maybe did finish it. Like post like final boss battle. Um, and I think I stopped because I didn't want it to be over. But I have logged I think 180 hours on that original save file. Just like an absurd amount of time.
Mhm.
And Persona 4 Golden was the first Persona game that I played, and I picked it. It was one of those things where I think I feel so connected to it because I picked it up at a time in my life where I was like not I was not doing so great. You know what I mean? I had just left a really awful job, and this would have been in 2015.
Yeah.
No, not even 2014. Yeah. So I mean, it's been a little while, but yeah, I just picked it up in a really kind of rough time in my life, and started playing it, and just, I mean, really instantly connected with the characters, and with the story, and just the world. And there's a certain point where you just kind of like everything else, right, just sort of like melts away, the world around you, and you just get so sucked into this game. And it's been hours and hours, just like laying in bed and playing it, and really, it really made a difference for me. And so I just really connected with like I said, with that video game. And some of the themes that it deals with, right, happen to be kind of topical at the time for me. So that was really cool. And of course, when Persona 5 came out, it's a whole different. Persona 5 is totally different. Like there's some stuff that's the same, but it really is very different. And and it was interesting because I was older by the time that came by the time that came out, and then much older than the protagonists in the game. And so it was quite shocking, not to spoil anything for those of you that want to play Persona 5 and haven't, but just the subject matter that's dealt with from the very beginning, with the very sort of leading up to the very first boss fight, the very first dungeon. I remember playing it for the first time, and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like I can't believe Atlas, like they went there just like unapologetically, and handled the subject. They handled it really well, I thought, all things considered. And I was hooked from that moment. There were stakes, and I was hooked, and it's just such a fabulous game. And I'm looking forward to Persona 6 whenever whenever they decide to. We'll see what happens, but it's like this is one of those instances where I'm like, Atlas can take all the time they want to develop these games, because they do just such a bang up job with them.
Hmm. I'm really glad that, we're chatting about sort of the difference that video games can make in our lives when, we might be feeling down or a certain way because of just, I feel like so often the way that video games are portrayed in media. It's, maybe like the negative side of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
think people sometimes forget that, they can be very cathartic and help us through really dark and difficult times, or just, be there when we need. It's a really nice alternative form of media that, again, we can sink this time into. And then, of course,
Yeah.
as you saw in chat, you connect to so many other people just by having played that game. Like, those people have undergone, similar emotional experiences. They know, what you experienced because they had it themselves when they played Persona or Hollow Knight for the first time. So I love that video
Yeah.
games can absolutely bring us together like that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. And there's there's tremendous value. Video games now are more story and narrative driven than they've ever been, and so there's really good value to video games and what they can bring to the table. As you said, there's a catharsis sometimes in playing these games that we experience no different than if we were connecting with characters in a book or in a movie, and video games offer us the ability to live vicariously through these characters in the same way that other mediums do, and so I think it is easy to think of, especially it seems I know that's all, I'm preaching to the choir here for all the folks in chat, right? Of course that seems so obvious, but folks that don't play video games, that have no idea how artistic and how creative and how deep video games actually can be. They think of like, I don't know,
Grand Theft Auto. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. Where it's just like it's all violence, or like war, games that are based on warfare and violence, and not that there's anything wrong with that, for each serves its purpose, but there is so much more to it than that, and it is so much the video games just as a medium is so much more nuanced and than I think people give it credit for.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think, and I've just had such a great time chatting with you today, Dustin. I've just had so much fun. I think,
Yeah,
maybe this is a good time to wrap up our stream. Before we say goodbye, I want to just say that next week we have 2 streams planned. Our schedule has changed a little bit. So we have a stream on Tuesday at 12 p.m. Pacific, and that's going to be with Josh Webster, who is an English professor at Great Basin College in Pahrump, Nevada. We're going to be continuing our playthrough of the game Season, A Letter to the Future. It's a really beautiful, sort of like documentary-like game. It's my first time playing it, and I've just been immediately sort of hooked by the world in which we've fallen ourselves in. We're sort of documenting the apocalypse, we think, of this world.
Whoa, cool.
So check us out on Tuesday at 12 p.m. if you're able to make it. On Wednesday at 6 p.m., so this is a departure from our usual Tuesday, Thursday time. On Wednesday, we will be playing some browser-based games. I don't know if we're going to do like a
Interesting
full force Steam video game, but some browser-based games with Jared Stanley, who is a professor of English and works in the MFA department at the University of Nevada, Reno. He is a lot of fun, really funny, I don't know, just in the best of ways, wackadoodle poet, and I'm really excited to play these games with him on stream, because we're also going to be doing a workshop on collaborative poetry. So I think for everyone who shows up, that'll be a lot of fun. We'll try to write our own poem together as a chat, and then we're canceling our Thursday stream. So we were supposed to have one originally with Angela Brommel, who is the Clark County Poet Laureate. So sort of like Dustin, but the counterpart who's in Las Vegas and Henderson.
Yep.
So that stream will be canceled, and we're going to move that to the 26th. But for next Tuesday and Wednesday, definitely check us out. We do have our website. You're always welcome to subscribe to our newsletter. Find us on social media. We do have a survey if you'd like to, let us know, your thoughts about today. I think eventually we'll build out more questions specifically for Humanities at Play, but right now if you want to, fill out our survey, you can just, I think, enter in Humanities at Play with Dustin Howard on April 6th. So, Yeah, I think we'll end it there. Oh, one last thing. If you would love to hang out with Dustin again, and I'm absolutely sure you all do
yeah.
because he's fantastic, we have one more event with him for the end of the month on Sunday, April 23rd at 3 p.m. Pacific. We'll be doing another sort of continuation of the game we started last week, Grease, which is that, absolutely gorgeous watercolory created by a Spanish developer. And it's about loss and grief and sort of how that's expressed in color. But we're going to be sort of working through the poetry of that game. So please, by all means, come and hang out with us that Sunday, the 23rd, if you're free. And we'll just keep updating our schedule. We'll try to add more events. April is going by so fast. Like, I know it's already it's only the first week of April, but it feels like I'm already thinking ahead to June.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for being with us tonight. Let me see if there's anyone online for us to raid. I don't know if we have any. Do we have any folklore friends? I don't know if we do. So we might not raid out tonight, but in the future, I would love to follow some more educational streamers and send you all there. But for tonight, thank you again so much, Dustin, for being on Humanities at Play. Thanks to everyone in chat who commented, emoted, shared your D&D experiences, shared your beautiful couplets. It was so wonderful to have you.
So fun. It was so fun.
All right. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Happy Friday tomorrow, and we will see you next time, hopefully next Tuesday. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Just between us, you know what's better than mopping? Anything. Ugh.